To David Peters and Singh 15 playing 8-6. Murray goes up, taps it down towards Connors, and also Lynch in the middle for Eastern Suburbs. Pack develops, secondary bounce to happen, and it will happen now. He's not playing every card today, is he? Adam Sheridan and Paul Camarotto, are they?
No.
Holding a few back.
Solomaki doesn't even look beyond the ground.
He's down at full forward, I think, standing next to Sean O'Leary.
Yes, you're
as
right.
the ball goes up. Punched away by Frost, coming through Harding. That's Brett, ripped up by Peters. Now coming through Pavic, kick off the ground. Buckingham, Pavic just taps it to the advantage of O'Keefe, and well, O'Keefe leaves it behind though. Buckingham has to turn around, little toe poke towards Sean Flanagan. Now Sheehan, handball to Hunter, outboard to Peters, goes with the right boot long towards half forward, 2-on-1. Collins goes up, and there was a call there from somebody. I think they both left it, and in the end it came off somebody's arm and went out of bounds at half forward. So Collins looks to have moved down to the forward line as well. We'll have a boundary thrown at half forward for Eastern Suburbs. Left half forward flank, Ferguson up against Perkins, down to the side of the pack. Hewitt, standing start, goes towards centre wing. Lynch, and getting back there Murray also, and coming at it Lincoln East. Murray does well to tap it towards Williams, and breaks away, goes a little right foot towards Collins. It's okay. Takes it, that's advantage. He has to give it to Lynch, and Lynch now goes to the right boot long towards O'Leary at full forward. Good mark. Strong mark, Sean O'Leary against Aaron Broome there. We'll have a shot for goal from about 25 metres out. He's a bit further in than the last goal he kicked in this pocket, which means it's probably a little bit easier for Sean, which means he'll probably miss it. He's hit the post. I've done all right today, haven't I?
You've been excellent, actually.
Done very well.
Sean O'Leary, 1 goal, 2 this afternoon, 8-7-55. The Eagles, the Tigers 15-105. Buckley's Entertainment Centre bringing us this final quarter scoreboard.
Delahunt with the ball at fullback. And there's Ronnie Pilgrim, 15 metres away in the back pocket, I guess, has taken the mark comfortably. Now he's cleared the ball well to Hewitt at centre half back, played on quickly. Here go Bannockburn taking it out of defence. It's come to Gadd on this occasion. Drives the ball wide to centre wing over the head of East and Buckingham. Buckingham back on the ball, picks up on the right foot, drives it forward, picked up by Price. He eludes a couple of players, gets the ball on the left foot to centre half forward. Oh, there's an excellent mark there at centre half back.
That's Broome, that is, at centre half back, and he goes towards Clinton Shaw. He takes the mark. Right at centre half back. Shorty Peters just throws him over, and he goes now short towards Broome, and followed up, took the mark right in the middle of Victoria Park. He's got Pavic on centre wing, standing there freezing himself, asking for a kick. He gets one, standing there for an eternity. Pavic got it, played on quickly now, goes with the right boot towards Hewitt, who's come a long way down, gives it to Ronnie Pilgrim, takes a bounce. Ronnie from 65, drills it long in towards full forward, and a good mark taken by Darren Rowath. Good slips catch, diving slips catch to the left. And Rowy's kicked two in a minute in the third term. Chance for number 3 and the 16th for Bannockburn.
What's your prediction? He's standing start,
I've already marked it down.
Okay.
You better remark it, mate. From 1 metre.
Oh no, Rowie, you've killed me. What are you doing? He is better on the run too. I did say that, didn't I? Oh. Eric, take it. I'm going to die.
15-16 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. 106 Bannockburn, 8-7 55 Eastern Suburbs. From the kick in, it's come to Buckingham, taking the mark just inside 50. He plays on quickly, kicked into the man on the mark. Picked it up is O'Keefe, drives it back to the full forward position. In fact, it is over the head of the players, over the head of the goal umpire, and that's goal number 1 for the day for Stephen O'Keefe. On the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard now, 4 minutes into the final quarter. I think it's becoming a bit of a rout. 16-16, Bannockburn, they lead Eastern Suburbs 8-7 and more than double their score. Laurie, you wouldn't have thought that?
No, you wouldn't have, Eric. But look, there doesn't seem to be very much urgency in Suburbs games. You know, they've come out here with a tactic today, and I can't understand the reasons behind it. But you know, the coaches know better than I do.
Well, they've got a long way to come back next week, don't they, to start with? Ball thrown up in the centre once again. Ronnie Pilgrim, handball to Harding, to Matty Pilgrim. On the left foot, Matty Pilgrim to centre half forward, and Lincoln East drifting down from centre wing. takes a strong chest mark in front of the Eastern Suburbs players. Coming down on him from the defensive area, there's a player loose at centre half forward, and it's Ricky Harding, who's just drifted down from the other. Well, no, it's Roa, sorry. He's drifted into the gap that's always there, Laurie, isn't it, in the forward line? You've always got a group in the goal square, and if a player's prepared to run into the gap, he'll get the ball. Can he improve his kicking? Well, the goal umpire reckons it's a bit closer than the last one. Adrian McCormack's trying to encourage him, and he's Adrian McCormack standing under the post, telling him the ball went to the left. Unfortunately, the goal umpire's got his decision on the board. It's the third goal for Darren Rowett, and on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 17-16 Bannockburn lead Eastern Suburbs 8-7.
Just getting back to what you said about that important area to drop into, that spot in that forward area. Some guys have the knack of being able to do that. I play with the guy that Noel Mullins, you might remember. Oh. He was expert at it. Everyone will be bombing in there to get in every time.
Back in the middle now, Murray goes up early against Frost. Pilgrim in there also. Frost got a short little kick. Bailey running back with the flight of the play. Goes now towards centre half forward with a kick. Stevenson comes out, meets it, and runs back in towards the middle. Oh, kick around the corner. Coming out, Broom, he attacked it. Didn't take it with him. Delamonica getting across there. Broom did well to get it towards Rick Harding. Off the ground, Hunter. Foot race now towards the boundary line. Hunter again. And scrambly play as Delamonica now can get it back to Price. Can he? No, he can't. It's out of bounds. Might as well ring the siren now. Eastern Suburbs ain't coming back. Sorry about that. They're thinking about next week already. I think they've been thinking about it since 1 o'clock.
Three-quarter time Thompson might be thinking about it too. 13-10 to 6-5. So I think they're pretty comfortable.
I think there's a few others that are pretty comfortable too. Boundary throw in. Now over the side of the pack, Pilgrim running through, and that goes towards Stevenson. And I think that might have come from Lynch. Dean Lynch. It's gone to Morris Stevenson about, 10, 12 metres out.
You might be able to mark this one down.
45-degree angle. He's had 3 goals from 5 kicks, Mocker, this afternoon. This going for goal number 4. He doesn't want to get the percentages out too far, so he better kick it. He has. For goal number 4. And the 9th for Eastern Suburbs. They're 9-7-61. They trail Bannockburn 17-16 to 118. That is on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. We've got some 3-quarter time scores from other games. Werribee Central's 20 goals, 14, 134. Lead Corio 2-3-15. North Geelong 3-10-28. Trail Geelong West 9-16-70. As we said, Thompson 13-10, lead Belmont Lions 6-2, and Bellpost still 17-12, 114, lead Anarchy 10-6, 66. They are round 18 scores from the Geelong and District Football League. We've got some round 19 GFL 3-quarter time scores, and we'll go to them just as play recommences here. Murray again up against Frost, and he goes up now. Murray comes down towards Lynch, and also Nathan Murray does his own roving work and goes towards half forward. Hewitt now and Collins. They can't keep it. It's out of bounds at half forward. We see Stevenson in the hands of the trainers. Some sort of finger injury. And I would think if there's any problems, he'd probably come straight off the ground if he can. It looks like it's just a bit of taping work. The boundary umpire will come around and throw it in at half forward for Eastern Suburbs, attacking the northern end in this final term. He throws it in now. Perkins uses his body. Lynch tried to go with a handball back to Collins. His handball, sort of, to Hunter. Back to Ferguson. Right foot kick back into the corridor. Running back with a flight of the ball, Delamonica. Can't take the mark. Flanagan, good pick up. Slick handball to Solder-Lamakia. Does well for a big man. Has the ball out there. Handball back to Flanagan. And they're under a bit of pressure. The Bannockburn defence working overtime. Price, handball back to Sean Rundle, standing start. And he's just mobbed by a bunch of Tigers there. And one of them's Clinton Shaw. Gets it wide to Matty Pilgrim. Now Pilgrim, right foot kick. Great kick too to Brett Harding at half forward. Plays on quickly. Left foot kick around the corner. Roweth has taken the grab 30 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. 9-6-60 South Barwon. They trail Leopold 14-9, 93 in round 19 of the GFL. North Shore 18-14, 122 lead Newtown and Chilwell 5-5-35. As Darren Ralph comes in here at Victoria Park and has kicked a goal. His 4th. So Darren Ralph 4 goals, 2 this afternoon. They go to 18-16, 124 Bannockburn. They lead Eastern Suburbs 9-7-61 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. Bell Park 15-11, 101 lead Lara 10-4-64. St Albans 11-5-71. They lead Grovedale 4-9-33. They're three-quarter time scores from the GFL round 19 this afternoon.
Well, Park working their way back into the 5 at South Barwon's expense. Gee, interesting. Umpire with the ball. Back in the centre here at Victoria Park. Almost a non-event here in the last quarter. Bannockburn running right away with the game. Up they go. Murray gets the tap down for Eastern Suburbs, but intercept by Pilgrim. Handball to Perkins. Perkins to the full forward area. In front there was McCormack. Pushing the back, said the umpire, by Shane Andrews on Adrian McCormack, and I think the strong words Adrian had to the umpire in the last quarter have probably done pretty well. He's got a kick out of this lot. Adrian McCormack, centre half back at the moment, kicks the ball wide to the outer wing. The lead's out there over the head of all players. Oh, good work by young Broom for Bannockburn. Blind turn, tackle round the neck. Frost receives the handball, tries to kick it, comes to Connors. Connors a handball out to Matty Pilgrim, unmarked. 2 steps Pilgrim. Well, he almost drilled it right through Darren Roweth, who was 20 metres out directly in front. Magnificent pass, and in the Billy Goggin days that would have been a magnificent stab pass, Laurie.
That was a magnificent effort, wasn't it?
So really there's no pressure on the Bannockburn forwards at all.
Not at all. They're queuing up to get a kick, aren't they?
They are. Roweth now 20 metres out, directly in front, goes bang, and that's goal number 5. And he's not going to get 3 goals any easier than that he's got in the last 15 minutes.
No, exactly. I mean, he presented himself nicely for each of them, but I mean, there doesn't seem to be much pressure from the suburbs.
Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 12 minutes into the final quarter here, 19-16. Bannockburn, they lead Eastern Suburbs 9-7, and they're going into a semi-final. I wouldn't be too wrapped in a 10-goal deficit.
Definitely not.
Well, we'll be able to ask co-coach Paul Camerotto after the game. He'll be joining us on Geelong Radio in our final siren segment, thanks to White Cross Healthcare. He and Richard Corrigan, both coaches, in our final hour this afternoon. Back in the middle, Murray up against Frost, and comes to the side. Oh, coming through, Rick Harding, got one high, no free kick, needs to pick it up, needs some support. Oh, got bundled off again. We'll get a free kick now for a high tackle. Nathan Murray it was, and it will be Rick Harding just inside the centre square. Plays on now, goes towards half forward, looking for brother Brett, who pushes Buckingham away. Buckingham comes back though, well, goes towards Lynch and Murray. They all leave it behind Murray on hands and knees. Gets it towards Buckingham again, who fights hard and gets it back, gets a kick away. Towards half back, coming through Ronnie Pilgrim, leaves it. Harding in the end. Kevin Connors might sit for chops. Oh, they're all running around without heads on here, I think. Kevin Connors gets one high, and he goes to the left foot kick into the pocket. O'Keefe works to the front and can't take the mark. Harding's there, great pick up, left foot kick, and is it 3 for 1 behind? Andrews pretty close to the line. It is 3 for 1 behind to Brett Harding. Pretty good pick up too on the run. 2 goals, 1 his toe this afternoon. Now McCormack kicks in looking for Williams. Goal umpire wasn't finished, said umpire Beattie. I think he was though, wasn't he?
Oh dear. It was a photo finish,
anyway,
Jason.
McCormack's got it back at fullback. And it's 19-17-131 playing 9-7-61. He does it again. McCormack goes short to Buckingham. It's okay. Finds him. The 40-metre pass on the chest. Now Ferguson leads for him. Good kick too. He just held it up and found Sean Flanagan.
Oh, gee.
And Hewitt is giving away 50. That was a bit late, wasn't it?
Oh, I think that was justified.
Yeah, justified. Flanagan had the mark. And then
I think it was a circumstantial thing. The fella took the mark and started to turn to go back on the mark, and the fella running straight past him clipped him with the shoulder. Well, he certainly made contact.
So Sean Flanagan's got it. Be kicking from 50. And he's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. He comes in now. Right on 50. Sets it up. And is off hands and through for 1 behind to the Eagles. So they go to 9-8-62. They trail Bannockburn 19-17, 131 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 14.5 minutes gone. Kicking by Delahunt's a good one. Finds Clinton Shaw, and they can run away again, the Tigers. Gives it by hand to Broom, who takes a bounce and runs to centre wing. Goes to the right boot, long towards centre half forward. Williams over the top. O'Keefe tries to tap it on. Well, Williams went with a fresh air shot with a fist. Handball though in the end was okay to buck him. If it sits for him at half back, it doesn't. And East comes across to put a bit of pressure on him. Does well, then slips over. And it is out of bounds for a throw in at half forward for Bannockburn on the outer side of the ground. And getting across there will be Nathan Murray up against John Frost.
Ball out of bounds between centre wing and a half forward flank outside the ground. Frost taps the ball back over his head. And he goes as far as Flanagan of Eastern Suburbs. He can't control the ball. Coming through is Lincoln East. Kicks it off the ground. He's gained 30 metres and the ball's now out of bounds. About 35 metres from the behind post. Still on the other side here of Victoria Park. Bender umpire retrieves the ball. And really it's just a matter of playing our time, Laurie, at the moment, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
15 minutes gone. Probably halfway through the final quarter. In comes the ball. Only play to go for the ball was Murray of Eastern Suburbs. Comes back to Ronnie Pilgrim. Played a very good game. He's kicked it back to the head of the goal square. Big pack of players reading the ball at the back was Rowas. Runs onto it, trips himself up, stands up, eludes an opponent. I think he's got the sights on goal number 6. I tell you what, he has kicked goal number 6. And Darren Rowas, what a second half. Didn't have a goal at half time. 16 minutes now into the final quarter. He's now kicked 6 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. Bannockburn have kicked 20. 20 goals, 17, 137. They lead Eastern Suburbs 9-8-62.
He's done a great job crumbing around there, Eric. He's got a bit of pace, and that's going to be a worry to a lot of opposition there when the ball hits the ground. He's very, very quick. I don't know, you guys might be able to tell me. He hasn't been playing much this year, has he?
I think he has actually. I don't know.
Yeah, he played very well out Eastern Suburbs last time they played.
He did actually, didn't he?
We
Yeah,
called
that's
it,
right.
right?
He did too.
Yeah, I've seen him play like this before. You know, when he's on song, he's a very, very good player.
When they got two tackling Andrews at full forward, it's a good ploy to have someone at his feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the middle now. Murray up against Frost. Thrown in the air. Murray gets it down. To nobody in particular. Coming off the wing was Rundle. Matty Pilgrim, slick hands back to Frost, sets him up. In the middle, Rundle again. Tried to get the handball out. Healed off the ground. Buckingham coming through. Needs some support. Delamonica's one of them. Can't pick it up the first attempt. Kick off the ground. And up against Rick Harding. He's got Lynch in support if he can get it back. And he can now, but Harding does well. Delamonica's second attempt. Now he's wrapped up. Drops the footy. Buckingham's there in support. Holding the ball. Oh, that's 50. Oh, Buckingham. You might get away with it. He kicked it away after the umpire had called for a holding the ball decision. And it will be Rick Harding on centre wing. Just goes towards Ronnie Pilgrim. Can take the grab. Got Carroll running past. He kicks now in towards Delahunt. Oh, he gets a hand to it. Sits for him. Gets tackled as he gets his kick away towards half forward on the outer side. O'Keefe, Buckingham and Murray go at it. And Buckingham's got it. Then he gets ripped off the football. Frost handball quickly. Over the top towards Connors. Oh, good little hand. Takes a bounce and runs inside 50. He's at 35 now. Goes in towards Andrews and the goal square. It's off hands. Through for one behind to the Bannockburn side. So they go to 20 goals, 18, 138. They lead Eastern Suburbs 9-8-62 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Ball kicked in quickly by McCormack, and he's found Peters on half-back flank. Peters taking the mark, plays on now on the left foot. He's an absolutely shocking kick over the head of Ferguson, straight into the arms of Perkins of Bannockburn, and he's taken the mark. Just a little chip pass over the top to Lincoln East, and Bannockburn really just playing keepings off at the moment now. East goes to centre half forward. The lead there from Andrews, can't take the mark, comes to ground. Andrews pulled the player without the ball, no free kick. Pilgrim Matt kicks the ball back toward the full forward position, and just in position there is Williams of Eastern Suburbs. Goes right across the ground, switches the play to the other side completely. Mark taken there by Hunter. He's got players up the ground. Delamonica's one, and that's where he's gone to. Delamonica takes the mark, plays on quickly. Now gets the foot to the ball. The lead's coming to full forward position, but oh, goodness gracious. All too easy there for the Bannockburn side through Gadd. Kicks it to centre half forward. Shaw can't take it, unfortunately. Comes clear again to Simon Hunter. He's got players loose out wide, and it's is that Price on the wing there. Price and Flanagan look very similar, but the pass has gone to Sean O'Leary at full forward, leading down the ground very well indeed. And O'Leary has taken the mark 35 yards out, almost directly in front, with the wind behind him, I'd suggest, from that angle. Perfect angle to come in from, and looking to put some sort of score on the board for the Eastern Suburbs side. They need something for respectability, and Sean O'Leary's done a George Ganninan for the old timers. He's kicked it, he was 35 metres out, he's kicked it 36, just enough to get it over the goal umpire's head and the players. O'Leary's kicked his second for the day, and the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. Eastern Suburbs 10-8-68. They trail Bannockburn 20-18, 138.
George who?
That's
No,
a
I'm
good. That's a
joking, I
good
know
call,
who
that
George is.
Eric. But I recall those days.
Yeah.
That's a good summary of it.
Jason wouldn't have been born.
No.
I know he was full forward for Geelong, don't worry.
Kicked 11 in a preliminary final. on the
1952
MCG.
leading goal kicker, I think.
Oh, yes, yes.
Back in the middle, Murray gets it down to Lynch. Handball got chopped off, and he also got ripped to the ground. Holding on, says umpire Beattie, and it will be a free kick to Lynch, right in the middle for the Eagles. Soldalamaki gives him a lead. Now O'Leary's going left. He goes in that direction now. Flanagan's up there also. Oh, good play. Read the play well. Stephen Gadd got back and took the grab. He's got Matty Pilgrim short. He goes a bit further afield though to Frost, who takes the chest mark just on the defensive side of the centre square. He's got Matty Pilgrim running. Oh, he had 3 running past and gave it to Elf Delamonica, who ended up not taking it with him. Ronnie Pilgrim gets away from Zane Carroll in the end. He pushes away from his teammate, goes towards Harding. Oh, yes, BJ from 40, kick the goal, son. Oh, he has. Oh, he knows what he's doing. Brett Harding, his third. Oh, and they like it out here when the youngsters are doing well, and he kicks his 3rd goal. Good use of the body at half forward, got away.
They showed a little bit of maturity there.
They're going to be
used
hard
his
pressed.
body.
They'll be hard pressed to keep him out of the side next week.
Yeah, I hope they just weren't.
Good player.
Yeah. They're under 18s in or out, doesn't matter, I guess. You pick your best side, don't you?
Yep, Bannockburn, 21-18, 144. They lead Eastern Suburbs 10-8, 68. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 21.5 minutes gone in the final term. Hardy's got 3 goals, so that's a fair reward this afternoon.
Very good contributor up there on the forward line. Presented himself, he's done very well. In the centre once again, up it goes. Murray and Frost. Frost gets the better of the hit out, but it only goes to Eastern Suburbs. Delamonica takes the mark inside the centre square still. There's a bit of movement up forward, but he goes across the ground probably to the negative flank. Off hands, it comes to Peters. Peters on the right foot goes bang and has kicked a goal for the Eastern Suburbs side. In fact, that's his 3rd. So on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard now, 22 minutes in the final quarter. Eastern Suburbs 11-8-74. They trail Bannockburn 21-18, and that's 144.
Raining goals all of a sudden, Laurie.
Yes, David Peters hasn't done a bad job. Three off a wing. It's a pretty good effort.
So his 3rd goal this afternoon. Bit of injury news too. Corey Flanagan obviously came off in the 2nd quarter. He's showered, changed, and not taking any further part. So we think it's a hamstring injury. In the middle once again, pack develops. Could be a secondary bounce. It is, and it will be. Final scores in the AFL this afternoon, Eric.
Yes, Western Bulldogs 17-13, 115 have defeated Richmond 12-7, 79, and the Kangaroos maybe finish St Kilda's season 16-18, 114, St Kilda 13-11, 89.
Balls come from the bounce down to Rick Harding, goes towards centre half forward. Shaw can't take it. East can. Gives it to Ronnie Pilgrim. Ronnie turns around. Ronnie kicks a goal. Oh, look at that. Ronnie's kicked 3 this afternoon, and a lazy day for Ronnie, just 3. He's done a few nice things, Ronnie Pilgrim.
Yeah, he does it so easily.
He's got class, doesn't he? Well, 22nd goal for Bannockburn this afternoon. 22 goals, 18, 150. Eastern Suburbs 11-8-74. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 23.5 minutes gone.
Got to say to you, Jace, early in the season you told me how good Ronnie Pilgrim was. Early in the season he wasn't fit when we saw him a couple of times. My goodness, I tell you what, he's played well today.
We're going to get on. We always get on him too in the grand. If they make the grand final, we always get on him for first goal.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean, I've seen him play a bit, and he's the general. You can see that today. He's general.
Absolutely.
Around there all day today.
Back in the middle, Harding. That's Rick. Tries to get it to brother Brett. He shepherds on this occasion. Matt Pilgrim can't take it with him. And Bailey gets a kick away towards Sean Flanagan. Takes a chest mark. Got Price running past. He elects to go back. And take the kick now. He goes out towards Price. It's okay at half forward. He's got Murray at centre half forward. Now O'Leary leading, and also Troy Sheen, who's moved up forward. He goes in that direction now. Ferguson comes in. Oh, O'Leary takes a good mark.
Ferguson took out the opponent.
Who is that getting up off the ground? Steve Delahunt.
There was a free kick up at the end of the ground.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly right.
For a shepherd.
Yeah, different umpire.
But Sean O'Leary's got it. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon. Going for goal number 3 from 25 metres out. Comes in now and kicks it. So he's 3rd. And that is Eastern Suburbs' 12th goal. They're 12-8-80. and they trail Bannockburn, who are 22-18, 150 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter score. 25 minutes gone.
It's been fairly relaxed, almost training drill stuff in the last few minutes, Laurie, hasn't it? Both ways.
Well, Ronnie gives me the impression, look, when at that goal, you'd say that was a training drill, wouldn't you? I mean, he's got the ball, he's ran through a couple of guys and just put on the boot, thank you very much, straight through the middle. Like, I mean, he'd done it probably a million times out here training.
And then Sean O'Leary, the other end, like, probably equal skill.
Yeah.
Lovely kick.
Yep.
Umpire with the ball. 25 minutes gone, final quarter. Frost gets the tap down this time for Eastern Suburbs, only as far as Buckingham though. Buckingham for Eastern Suburbs. Gets it to centre half forward, back in the centre square. Well, umpire's blown a whistle on play. The free kick is to Clinton Shaw. Now Shaw called to play on by the umpire. There's a player loose in the centre of the ground, Hewitt. He's handball to Carroll, who's running. Carroll's got the eyes on the goals also, and I tell you what, good shepherding by Darren Roweth in the full forward position in the goal square, and Zane Carroll just back onto the ground has kicked a goal from the half-back flank and did it ever so easily. 23rd goal to the Bannockburn side. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard 23-18, 156 Bannockburn, Eastern Suburbs 12-8, 80.
I'm shaking my head here. Look, I've got to be a poor judge of football. I mean, that kid impresses me. He's nicely built. He's got the right size.
They're holding him back. Yeah, they're hiding him. Don't worry about that.
He's a half-forward flanker. What are they doing with him on half-back flank?
Back in the middle. The Ducks and Drakes are finals.
They've got Hewitt on the wing.
Hewitt on the wing. Murray gets it down on this occasion. They've got Clinton Shaw in the middle, and he gets a kick away towards Matty Pilgrim. Coming off the half-back flank, Collins rides a bump, gets a kick away. Out wide to centre wing, and it is out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Jake Hewitt on the wing. I tell you what, Angus would be loving it up there. He doesn't see the wing too often.
Call me old-fashioned, Eric.
Oh no. I'd like to grind them in. When you get on top, you grind them down, especially the week of the finals.
Boundary throw in. Off hands, Clinton Shaw goes towards Price over the top of the ball. Comes to the back of the pack. And Delamonica gets a kick around the corner towards half forward. Ferguson and Perkins. And coming at it, Carroll as well. Tries to tap it back to the advantage of Perkins. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can, and gets his hands free and draws a player. Oh, just draws everybody. And kicks a footy out wide to Rick Harding on centre wing, who plays on quickly. Gets a shepherd from Shaw, goes towards centre half forward. Coming from a long way, that Drainer pushes McCormack in the back. Geez, a fair mark too, wasn't it? Got McCormack out of the way and took the grab at full pace, but gave away the free kick. He goes towards Buckingham in the middle. Does it hit for Bucko? No, it doesn't. He's got some help. Intervong gave him half a shepherd. Buckingham did well to keep going. Delamonica running with a fly to the footy, coming out Solomachia. Carroll, can he run away from Delamonica? He can. Goes in the left boot. Wide towards Price and also Frost. Frost wrapped up, drops the footy. No free kick. Play on the call. Lynch is there also. And against him, Kevin Connors. Lynch gets a handball away. Over the top towards Delamonica. Carroll's there also. Pretty close to the boundary line. And they can't keep it in. It is out of bounds for a throw-in. At half forward for the Eagles on the outer side. They trail 12-8-80. Bannockburn 23-18. 156. 28.5 minutes gone in the final term. And thrown in. Murray from behind. Gets it to nobody at half forward. Gadd gets a shepherd from Ronnie Pilgrim. Got a bit of time to set something up now. Stevie Gadd goes towards Matty Pilgrim, and also East doesn't sit for him. Williams is there. Had it, then lost it. Flanagan comes through, but Williams has got it again. And a short little kick to somebody in the middle anyway. Price is there, and also East. Oh, Bailey over the top as well. Connors gives it to Hewitt. Everybody had stopped. Hewitt, short little kick to Harding, and that's Rick on centre wing. Goes now towards half forward. McCormack's there and takes another good mark. Goes towards Williams. It's okay. He takes it at half back. He goes over the top to Flanagan, and it's okay. Flanagan takes it on centre wing. Ferguson moves for him, as does Murray. He goes in that direction now. Or Frost to sit from behind. Off hands, Ferguson rides a bump, then drops the footy. Comes back East and Murray. East gets it away from half back towards half forward. Coming out Roweth or Williams. Too high. And they're dancing with each other there a bit. Those two.
I think Williams has got it. They both suddenly thought, I think we've got to play next week.
Final next week. Let's not do anything stupid.
I think you hit it in one area.
Lenshaw, Carroll from behind, can't take the mark. Delamonica off the ground towards centre half forward. Stevenson, Matty Pilgrim in there fighting hard. Carroll again, buttering up. Does well. Handball to Ronnie Pilgrim. He can handball to Connors if he wants to, or Shaw. He gives it to Shaw. Now he's got Connors. Oh, Connors, great run, great play, Bannockburn. Now, can they finish it off towards the Drainer? Oh, yes, they can. He looks in ominous form when he works from behind to the front. And to be fair, McCormack's done a fair job on him this
Oh, he has
afternoon
done
all
very
day.
good.
Yeah, I think Drainer's worked himself back into the game.
In the second half,
I
yeah.
mean, I think he was a bit unfortunate before they didn't pay that mark. I mean,
Oh.
I know he interfered with the man, but I mean, geez, he put himself in for the footy.
Well, he's pretty unselfish too because he's kicked it across to Lincoln East, who is probably about 30 metres out directly in front. He's kicked one this afternoon, going for goal number 2. 30 and a half minutes gone. And he comes in now. I think he's missed it though, to the near side he has. And one behind to Lincoln East. 1 goal, 2 his personal tally. 23 goals, 19, 157. Bannockburn, they lead Eastern Suburbs 12-8, 80. 30 and a half minutes gone. Our technical producer's going, please ring the siren. Kick in by McCormack to Murray at half back. Gets back onto the right boot, goes towards Ferguson and Buckingham. Ferguson, good mark, chest mark, got a couple running past, got Buckingham, got Stevenson, he goes in that direction, Stevenson and Flanagan. Stevenson calls Flanagan out, then drops the chest mark. Giles is there, can he keep it in? Yes, he can. He's been sucked in. I think the boundary umpire. Laurie, was that in or out?
I thought it was in, actually.
A mile in.
Too.
A mile in.
The boundary umpire has said it's mine, and he'll throw it in now. Ferguson, Murray in front, takes it out, handball to Intervong, left it behind. Then coming at it, Hewitt. Oh, I think it's off the ground on the full. It is, and it's a free kick to Bannockburn. Hewitt with it right in front of the Geelong Radio commentary box. Wants to go towards Rick Harding. It's okay, he takes it. On centre wing still. Now, Harding with the right boot towards half forward Shaw. Oh, nearly the mark he's held on to, is he? Well, the umpire's paid something. Don't know what it is, but he's paid something. He's given the ball to Shaw, he gives it to Lincoln East. He runs away, goes on the left, wobbly punt towards half forward. Andrews over the back of the pack. Coming
Harding.
through, Brett Harding finishes it off for another one. His 4th, Brett Harding. That might have just sealed it for him next week.
Got to be in the 21.
So Brett Harding's 4th goal is the 24th for the Bannockburn side. They're 24 goals, 19, 163. They're leading Eastern Suburbs 12-8, 80. And it's 83 points of difference.
To just think of one, Troy Colliger, to come back into this side too. It's not all one way today. Eastern Suburbs not playing all their trumps.
Yeah, that's right.
Corrigan.
Makes you wonder.
Make it hard for Brett Harding in that if Corrigan, where would he play? He'd play
Half-back.
foot. Well, yes,
Yeah,
but
back, yeah. It's going to be a difficult night at selection this week for the boys, I think.
Well, it's probably the way it should be coming up to finals.
Yep.
Umpire with the ball in the middle of the ground. 32 and a half minutes gone. Frost and Murray, neither of them get a clear tap way. Interbong running through the centre, takes the ball, kicks into Harding, running towards him. Good smother. There's the siren. The agony's all over. The final score. Eastern Suburbs 12-8. 80 have been defeated by the Bannockburn side 24-19, 163.
So in that final term, Bannockburn finished off pretty nicely. They kicked 9 goals against the Breeze. 9 goals 4. And Eastern Suburbs kicked 4 goals 2. And in the end, it was an 83-point win to Bannockburn. The goal kickers for the Tigers, 6 to Darren Roworth, 4 to Brett Harding, 3 each to Shane Andrews and Ron Pilgrim, 2 to Corey Flanagan, and singles to Lincoln East, Ashley Perkins, Stephen O'Keefe and Zane Carroll, and also Clinton Shaw. While for Eastern Suburbs, 4 to Morris Stevenson, 3 each to Sean O'Leary and David Peters, singles to Sean Flanagan and to Nathan Murray. But in the end, 24-19, 163. The Tigers, they've defeated the Eagles 12-8, 80.
It might be the opening for young Roas next week. Nick Pavick's got a fairly reasonable calf injury, I reckon. Well, look at that.
Yeah, and Nathan Rose is also on the ground. Corey Flanagan, as we said, went off with a hamstring injury. So
the opportunity might be there to play the ball, I
might
reckon.
be there for Harding, who kicked 4 goals this afternoon. Well, we might take a break and then come back with the final siren thanks to White Cross Healthcare. We'll have both coaches, Paul Camerotto and Richard Corrigan, with us this afternoon. Also have scores from other GDFL games in round 18, the Ballerine final scores in round 18 and the GFL, plus the AFL and